I'm attempting to make a video about the sexual assault of people deemed to be black men. Before I get into that topic, I want to talk about how Palestinian men were portrayed as rapists during the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I want to talk about the blanket stereotyping of racialized people with a certain shape, people with a certain body shape. I'm talking about people who are assigned male as birth. If you blanket uh, stereotype a certain group of people who are as rapists, like that's racist. It might sound basic, but that's literally the foundation of the whole world. There's no historical basis for it. It just makes the people in power feel good because it's a projection of their own colonial rape. It's so clear. But the reason it's not talked about is because who's advocating for those people? Where's the money in advocating for Palestinian men or black men? To whom is it going to make you seem smart or cutting edge? It's just true. That's all. It's only the truth, you know? I'm saying this now from a park bench where I am because of my interest in exactly that, the truth. Who's going to talk about the rape of people who were deemed to be black men throughout the centuries? You know? I mean, other than, just the people who the system's already trying to kill. You know? People who don't have shelters. It's never going to be the people at the podiums unless it's Tommy Curry who is trying to create a sect out of it with their like black men's rights thing. Well, what about the people who aren't men? How about no one should be raped? Not in the disingenuous way that feminists or black feminists say it, where they really only mean people who are with our program, people who are in our class, people who are in our race, No, no one should be raped. How about that? How about people who really believe that? What if it's the case that black men are being raped more than everyone else? Is that hard to believe? For anyone who understands anything about psychology, that the people, and I'm not a black man, but doesn't it make sense that the people who everyone is displacing their rape fantasies onto would be the ones who are suffering from it the most? Because who would believe that they could be the victims? This is such a disgusting world. Especially the LGBT community, And the people who act like it's okay to talk about LGBTQ in the Americas or anywhere without mentioning the sexual assault of people who are deemed black men, which is rampant. It's rampant. It's like as common as water. It's like the lifeblood of their whole like subcultures. Could you imagine that? The rape of a certain group of people is the lifeblood of like so many cultures and subcultures. And people just don't talk about it. Because again, if you were to be the sort of person who talks about it, then you revoke your access to shelter, to food. That's what fascism is, right? Where they try to make you afraid to tell the truth, right? And that's the thing that everyone says they don't like fascism. Well, where are the fascists then? When you people, anyway. Well, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I didn't say it yet, but I was sexually assaulted when I was 20 years old by this prison abolitionist who said that it was okay to rape, quote, masks because femmes were often unheard in their desires. The person who did that was like they were good friends with Alok Valid Menon, who wrote an article about the same thing. It was like why it was just an article about how they were entitled to sex with certain people. And yeah, and then yeah, my roommates recently tried to lynch me um when they when I wouldn't let their racism slide. I just got out of prison and they were trying to like make up stories about me and treat me like a slave, and when I wasn't with that, they just called the police on me even though they just had some abolitionist in quotation marks rally for me. Once I got out of prison, they just called the police on me. And then when I tried to alert whatever the like one of the leaders of the prison abolitionist movement in America, the queer prison abolitionist movement, Tormalon, when I tried to tell them, they just ignored me. But there's no fascism there, right? You're not a fascist until you're wearing like a swastika, right? Or you're doing the Hail Hitler salute. People practice eugenics every day, but because of racism, it's camouflaged. Someone like me living on a park bench, people don't see that as eugenics. People just want to project onto me and project onto me like I don't know what stories they might project. There are a whole host of them. Yeah. Who I actually am, they'd like to be secondary to their, racist, rapist fantasies. It's like rape. You know how slavery is like rape? Yeah, I guess that's the point of this video, is like how rape is camouflaged when it enters the lives of people who are deemed to be black men. They're never seen as able to be victims of rape, even though everyone is empowered to like rape them. Like, yeah, my roommates, the disgusting way they treated me, and then no one like batted an eye. No one said that they were wrong, at least to them, or tried to punish them. Because I live in a place, I'm in Germany, so I live in a place that's thoroughly fascist, and the whole society works together to be fascistic. But it's like that in the United States too. It's getting to be like that everywhere in the world, or at least everywhere this empire extends to. Which people say it's everywhere in the world, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, I mean, not easy video to make, but yeah, it's just something I wanted to say.